be a fast video because my battery is running low. I didn't have a place to charge my video. Heading back to Santa Fe. I'm in Rio Rancho right now, going to Bernalillo, then heading back to Santa Fe. Thinking of going running, but it's a bit hot right now. I also have to go to the storage and find my math book for class on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. I'm looking at the gas prices. I can't see it. I don't know if it's $2.19 or $2.29. Let me see. $2.39. That's too much. It was $2.25 back in Smith's. That's a lot. Speedway. I'd love to live in California. I'd love to be able to live near the ocean. It's more expensive to live in California than it is to have horses. I mean, people pay crazy rent in California. They pay like crazy rent for places. $2,000 for sharing a place. It's absolutely nuts. Places, you know, that are near the ocean should be affordable for everybody, not just rich people. I might have to record stuff on my phone if my battery dies. Can't record stuff on my iPad because I don't have any more storage. I have to get a memory card. I had to deal with that lady at the storage again. Today is Friday. I was keep thinking today is Saturday. This is my lunch. Crackers. Sometimes I put cheese on the crackers, but right now I'm just eating plain crackers. I'm trying not to gain weight. There's another gas station over here that I usually go to, so I want to see what price the gas is. I wish we could plug in our laptop to the charger in the car so I could charge it. But that's not how it works. You have to use the laptop charger. And I don't know if they make one for the car. Sorry for talking with my mouth full, but I haven't eaten all morning. Should be coming up on the gas station soon. No, I am grateful that I got my car in the divorce. I mean, he would have got it, but he didn't, which pissed him off. He doesn't pay any rent at his parents. He lives with his parents for free. My ex-husband, Paul Baca, that works for Sandia National Labs, that's going around bad-mouthing me to everybody, telling everybody what a bad person I am. You know, apparently I beat him, even though he's a bodybuilder. And I beat the kids, but he had no evidence in court to show anything. Nothing. But apparently his dad is a police chief, so he doesn't have to produce any evidence. I am looking for a family law attorney that'll work with me. You know, I am studying to be a paralegal, so maybe I can work for you. Okay, I found the gas station. It's $2.18, which is really good price. It's Murphy's Express. I always come here on my way back to Santa Fe. Sorry, it's a bit bouncy. There's a Goodwill store next to it, but I went into the Goodwill store. There's nothing in there. There's a crappy Goodwill store. I mean, in Goodwill, you pay as much for things as you would if you go and buy them on sale. And they get this stuff for free. I don't know what they do for the community or what good they do. This gas station is busy. My battery's gonna die, so if it dies, it dies. But I will make more videos. I'm at the gas station. Oh, the lighting is really good here. What makes the lighting bad is the fact that it's the sun that makes the lighting bad. This lighting is really good. I'm going to pause the video and hopefully the camera will last. That cost $8, $9 to fill it up, but I already filled it up when I came to Albuquerque. So that's how much gas that I used since I got here. I wish my laptop would work all the way to Santa Fe. Guess we just have to make the most of it. I'm almost done with my crackers. Oh, by the way, I'm on food stamps while he's over there and he has all his meals bought for him. He doesn't have to do anything. His parents cook his meals, make him his lunch. I mean, he's bad-mouthing me that I never clean the house. I mean, I clean the house. Am I Martha Stewart of house cleaning? Probably not. But I clean the house. You know, in the 13 years I knew him, I think he helped me with the dishes one time. That's it. And the other thing I want to say too is when we had to have sex, he would tell me put a pillow over my head and not to talk when we'd have sex. I would just have sex just to get it over with, not because I wanted to have sex with him. I would just be to get it over with, so I wouldn't have to, you know, so he wouldn't go to other people and have sex. I mean, what I was trying to explain the other day was about when Caden was in wrestling. I was kind of against my youngest son, my middle son, doing the wrestling because I just saw it as violent, and I didn't want Caden to become violent. And when Caden was doing the wrestling, Caden had a really good friend called Dominique, and his mother was Marquis. And Marquis, I mean, I supported Caden's friendship with his new friend, but the problem is his mother, Marquis, was hanging out with Paul Baca all the time. I mean, he'd go to lunch with her, he'd go to movies with her, and he wouldn't even tell me. I would find out from my children that he was doing this. He wouldn't even tell me. I mean, that's how much respect he had for me. You know, one time I got really mad and I called her and I told her to stay out of our marriage, and then he went and he put a password on the phone. because, I mean, he thought it was okay for him to go and do things with her behind my back, and it was perfectly okay. But if I did that with another guy, he'd have a huge problem with it. And the other thing too is, like, at Caden's birthday party, we were at the park above, the one in Rio Rancho, the one that he has problems getting over the Rio Grande Bridge to go to, by the way, because that's what he told the Judge Lamar, is that he had problems getting over the Rio Grande Bridge because it was dangerous for the children. But he had no problem going there for the kids' birthdays, no problem going there to see his mother. Anyway, at the birthday party, at my son's birthday party, there was a bench, like in two sides. There was one part on one side and one part in the other side, and it was kind of curved like that. And guess which side he was sitting? And guess who he was sitting next to? Yeah, he was sitting in the bench next to Marquis. Yeah, her name is Marquis, which is an unusual name. But at my son's birthday party, that's how much respect he had for me. He's not a good person. I mean, the only reason he never hit me during the marriage is because he didn't want to lose his clearance. He knew that's where I would draw the line with, with everything, And I wish he had hit me, because emotional abuse, you've no scars. Like, you've no physical scars for people to see. Whereas if somebody hits you and hurts you, then you have physical scars. And that way the court will believe you if you've physical scars. I didn't have any physical scars because he never hit me. I mean, he came in my face lots of times. And, the only time he pushed me was when the thing happened on June 19th, which I haven't gotten into yet. I will get into, but I have to charge my battery. I mean, the courts never listened to my side. They've listened to his side. And by the way, his parents also came with us on our honeymoon. And his father had the nerve to go to the special master and deny that he came with us in our honeymoon, when he did, because that was the time his mother and father were together. And I accidentally put his passport, Paul Baca's passport, in the washing machine. I was doing the laundry and I put it in the washing machine. I didn't know I washed his passport. And his mother had the passport all laid out in the morning, and he had to go to Madrid with Joaquin, his friend in Spain, to get a new passport. And that pissed him off, but it was an accident. But then, I mean, I have pictures of his parents in Spain on our honeymoon. And he told the special master that his father told the special master, "Oh, I don't remember going on our honeymoon." He did. He can lie it all he wants, but he did. Because that's the kind of person he is. He's not a good person. And you know what? Shame on Ginny Baca. Shame on Ginny Schulte Regal Baca. Her name is Regal now, and she's married to Lou. And by the way, Lou Regal, I thought you were a better person than that. I thought you would stand up for what's right. But apparently you're not a good person either. You're standing behind her. She doesn't care about you. She's in it for your money. She thinks you're going to leave her all this money. I mean, Lou Baca apparently bought her a condo in Mexico. That's where they went in April. Not April, but it was April. It was March 11th when I was supposed to have my emergency hearing. But they postponed that so that he could go on his vacation to Mexico with my children. And that was my so-called emergency meeting. And nothing, anytime I've had any meetings with the hearing officer, with the special master, nothing's happened. Nothing. I mean, the special master said that we were both supposed to have a psychological evaluation. he went to the court and he told the court that he didn't want to do it. And the court, Judge Ramirez just gave him what he wanted. Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, you don't have to do it. I mean, I don't know where the justice is. He just, the court allows him to do whatever he wants. Apparently his vacation was more important than my school finals. Because what happened was, for my school finals, we had I had my exams, and they had scheduled the court clinic the time that I had my exams. I mean, they had scheduled the hearing in March, the time that I had my spring break exams. Now they are scheduling the court clinic when I have my school exams. And when I went to go change it, first of all, they wanted $500 for the clinicians to do the psychological evaluation that he wanted. I mean, if he wants the psychological evaluation, he should pay for it. But the court, of course, isn't ordering him to pay for it. So I wrote to the court to try and get the money reduced because, he was supposed to pay $1,500 to do his psych evaluation. And of course, he didn't want to do it. That's why he canceled it. He thinks he's smarter than everybody else. I mean, he does nothing for the boys. He does nothing. He doesn't even know who their teachers are. He doesn't know their dentist. He doesn't know their doctor. He doesn't do anything. He's like a baby. He's like a 46-year-old baby. Paul Baca, that works for Sandia National Labs, is a baby. He's living with his father for free. He has all his meals paid for. He doesn't pay any rent. He's going to go to the court and he's going to say that I'm, knocking his name. I'm not knocking his name. I'm telling the truth. He can deny it all he wants. Look what he has done to me. He's taken my children. He went to the court and he accused me of being of domestic violence when I never touched him. And then he went back to the court to try and get the domestic violence charges thrown out. And they wouldn't throw them out because once you file them, you file them. And that has been stuck with me for the last 3.5 years. I mean, when he kicked in the front door of our house, I never reported him to the police. I never called the police. I never did anything because God forbid if we lose our house and he loses his job, then I would have that hanging over him. But it's okay for him to take my children and accuse me of domestic violence, get 2 restraining orders. By the way, Santa Fe, New Mexico is the easiest place to get restraining orders. They just hand them out, I mean, he went to the court and said, I went to the house and he got a restraining order. I went back to the house because I had nowhere to go. I lived in that house for 13 years. And then I gave him back the couch and his father called the police and all I did was blow kisses at my children. They put the kids in the front yard to lure me. And I saw my children playing in the front yard and I blew my son's kisses. And he went and he got a restraining order for that. Shame in the court in Santa Fe. Shame. For giving Judge Lamar, for giving him 2 restraining orders for no reason. I mean, I don't know who else got a restraining order from her. But she just gives him, if he's a guy, she's just going to give him whatever he wants. It doesn't matter. He can have whatever he wants. He does no wrong in the court. Because remember, his father is a police chief, or was an ex-police chief in Lakeland in Florida and in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So apparently he has a lot of pull when it comes to, the police. They won't go against him. It doesn't matter that his mother accused his father of molesting my children and that my kids live under his roof. It doesn't matter. I mean, his father, by the way, is Samuel Baca. He is a horrible person. He's a disgusting, evil person. He's the one that got into my ex's brain and told him everything to do. They planned on how to take my children behind my back while I trusted him to be around my sons. They were planning how to take my kids. Absolutely disgusting. My battery might die any minute, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time. I'm on the highway going back to Santa Fe. I mean, it has made me angry. It has made me mad. I mean, to go this long and not have your children, to continue fighting on court, to keep filing motions that never get heard. I mean, my motions never get heard, and if they do, they just get dismissed. I mean, I know before I even go into the court that they're going to take his side. I mean, the special master said he would have to do a psychological evaluation, and he went to Judge Ramirez and he told Judge Ramirez that he didn't want to do it, and she said, fine, you don't have to do it. Because he's painted me as this horrible person in the court, and the court doesn't want to investigate anything. They don't want to ask anybody that knows me, is any of this true? They just want to say, oh, okay, we'll err in the side of caution. So by erring in the side of caution, they alienate me from my kids. These are the children that I used to teach to recycle. And then I would go to his parents' house, and he would never teach the children to recycle. Never. He had no respect for anything I did. This is not wine, this is water. I drink a lot of this Per Grigio water. I think I'm going to go running up the mountain. I don't want to come across as an angry person, but it's like, what do you do? You know, I have no idea how long more this is going to go on. I am looking for a family law attorney in Albuquerque to help me. A corrupt one, because apparently an honest one isn't going to do anything. I'm just showing you that this is not wine. It's Per Grigio. Pellegrino. Am I calling it Per Grigio? I mean, it looks like wine, but it's not. He'd see this and he'd go running to the court. Oh, there she is. Look, she's driving the car and she's drinking alcohol. He's such a freaking baby. You know, he doesn't have a mind of his own. His heart is made of stone. I mean, if he cared about our boys, you know, he wouldn't be doing this. And if his parents had any morals, they wouldn't be doing this. But apparently, none of his family, including you, Rebecca, and including you, Renee Baca, I mean, shame on you, because you knew me when I took care of the kids. And now one of you have got, and even you, Brianna. Brianna, what was her last name? That's married to Randy Baca? Don't know what her name is. Anyway, shame on you. Shame on you for taking his side. I am the kid's mother, and if your husband had done this to you, I would have stood up for you. But apparently, every single one, including his aunt. Now, what's his aunt's name? His aunt's name is the one that lives in Dallas. What's her name? I don't remember. Believe me, I'll find out her name. I'll remember it. My Pellegrino. I never remember the name. I drink a lot of this. It's actually quite good. You know, he'll go to the court and he'll tell the court that I'm defaming his name. Is that the word? Deflamenting? I don't know what the word is. His name. And it's okay for him to write on on all his motions, all lies. By the way, I'm going to go through every single motion that I've ever filed, and I'm going to go through his response to the motions when I find them. So you'll see what I wrote, including the objections that I filed with the court, the ones that they didn't even read, by the way. This is the court in Bernalillo. I'm waiting for your call, Dr. Phil. Just call me. I'll go on your show. I'll tell you what a horrible court system it is in New Mexico. For 3.5 years, they've taken my children. 3 summers, actually it's 4 summers, going on 4 Thanksgivings, going on 4 Christmases, going on all the birthdays, 3 birthdays multiplied by 4, so that's 12 birthdays that I've missed. I've missed all the school meetings with the children. I've missed 2 communions, and he's gone on about 20 vacations at this time. Of course, with his mother and father. He's not going to go on vacation on his own. And by the way, the new girlfriend, I haven't figured out her name yet. Stay away from him. He's a complete loser. He will never, he'll just expect you to give him blowjobs all the time. He's never going to respect you. He's never going to put you before his mother.